Ladies and gents, please listen carefully. I'd like to say something that most of you won't like, but someone has to do it because it's true and backed by science. And that truth is, men and women are different from birth. Now, before you smack me on the face with numerous social studies, let me explain. I'm not talking about social status, that's a different thing altogether. I'm talking about gender issues. For example, in 2006, Larry Cahill, associate professor in the Department of Neurobiology and Behavior at the University of California, conducted a study that proved gender may influence how we experience emotions, memorize things, perceive information, and so on. And there's also a 2019 study that only confirms this. Deep learning techniques used by researchers led to the discovery that brain differences between men and women are present even in the womb. Okay, so this is controversial, and some scientists still argue that the research lacks evidence. But let's face it, we are different, whatever our social environment might be. And that's actually a good thing. Yes, it is. I know, I'm a man and you might think I'm only saying this because I want to reinforce the male position. But trust me, I don't. What I really want to do is tell you that the differences between men and women are necessary and beautiful. And I'm talking about both biological and mental differences. We all know that men are born to be physically stronger, and women don't feel pain as acutely as men due to the process of childbirth. That's the undoubted truth, and no one really argues with it. That's how nature works. With the brain, however, things often get complicated. If we are physically different, why would we think that we're not mentally so? Why can't we just accept the fact that male and female ways of thinking, feeling, and perceiving information are not similar? What's so wrong with that? Nothing. Absolutely nothing is wrong with it, and I don't know why there's so much negativity about this issue. Thanks to these differences, we can look at various problems from all angles, sometimes finding unexpected solutions. If we only listen to each other, if we only start trying to understand the opposite gender's views and motives, we'll discover a whole new world of opportunities. This is exactly what more enlightened countries are doing right now. History knows lots of examples of unfairness, injustice, and discrimination. Today, however, we're on our way to recognizing universal equality. Human is the word of the century. It isn't the gender or the skin or hair color that makes you human. It's your heart and your brain. We can love and hate different things and come together with those who share our views. We can join social and religious groups or activist movements. We can even team up with our colleagues and enjoy working together. So why not look at the gender issue from the same point of view? Men are one group, women are another. That's our human approach to life in general. We are social beings, and we need this separation. But even from a physiological standpoint, we won't ever be able to understand each other completely. A man will not understand what it's like to give birth to a child because he's physically incapable of this miracle. In the same manner, a woman won't be able to fathom what it is to suffer for some male-specific disease. And that's okay, that's perfectly fine if you ask me. Because we don't need to understand everything. Just like we don't need to completely understand each other's motives and ways of thinking. No matter what we do, no matter what kind of social environment we have, we'll still be different. And that doesn't in the least concern our equality of rights or anything like that. We are equal. That's not a point of argument. Why do you think more men than women love action movies and video games? Well, more women than men adore soap operas and plush toys. Of course, there are exceptions, and this is all statistics, but still, the percentage in both cases is quite obvious. Things like these can't be imposed against our will. They're our choice and ours only. We can choose what we like and dislike ourselves, and statistics say there are typically male and typically female things. It's also known that women can distinguish much more colors and shades than men, which can make them better designers, for example. Men, on the other hand, are better fit for hard physical labor because of their constitution. We have hormones that also play a huge role in how we perceive the world around us. Testosterone in the male body makes us more aggressive and protective than women who have next to none of it. Yet, only women have the maternal instinct that drives them crazy if someone or something threatens their child. Now, I'm not saying that fathers don't love their kids, it's just that they don't have the same instinctive, primitive bond as mothers do. The list of these differences can go on, and I can dwell on this for hours, but what good would it serve? What I'm trying to say here is that we shouldn't deny our dissimilarities and try to prove that we're the same, men and women. Let's face it, we're not. Whatever society we live in will never be similar to each other. Social equality has nothing to do with our being different. It's the innate stuff that makes our lives so much more complicated, yet that much more fascinating as well. We team up, we mix, we fall in love, we break up, we make friends and fight, we live. Together. Because despite all our differences and disputes, we complement each other. Where a man can only see one solution, a woman can show him another, and vice versa. This is teamwork. This is our life as humans. We must not toss away our identity, neglecting who we are. Instead, we should take pride in everything that we are. In being men and women, in being different. The truth is, we can't survive without each other, even as a species. Let's accept the fact that we will never be similar and enjoy it, not frustrated about it. Let's embrace our differences. They are, after all, what makes us so beautiful in each other's eyes. And in case you didn't hear me the first time, we're not unequal, we're just not the same. Do you agree with me that we're born different and not raised so? I'd like to hear your opinions, so leave them down in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and click the subscribe button. That's another way you get to the bright side of life.